Oh man. So I got some bad news the other day. My dad passed away one day after his 63rd birthday. So I got the truck loaded up and I'm heading to Blanding, Utah because that was his favorite place in the world to live. So my dad and I weren't really close to each other. Both of us put in a little bit of effort to be a part of each other's lives. The normal Merry Christmas, Happy Father's Day, Happy Birthday. But aside from that, we didn't really try much. And it wasn't up until my buddy Robert passed away last year, very unexpectedly, just like this. And about 10 months after Robert passed away, I realized that I was hurting inside and missing him. So I had told myself that this life is short. I need to start caring more about my relationships with friends and family. My mom and dad are divorced, but I reached out to my mom, and that's the relationship I chose to start mending first. And we have an okay relationship now. Now looking back, I didn't move fast enough on talking to my dad. And it's something that I'm really starting to regret. All the arguments seem so small. I'm going to miss him, and I'm going to forever regret that I didn't reach out sooner and I didn't grow that relationship further, faster. So I'm gonna go explore Blanding, where I grew up. I'm gonna say goodbye to my dad. I'm gonna visit some siblings that I haven't seen in a while. And hopefully I can start the healing process a little bit better than I did with Robert. I'm about an hour and a half into the drive, and I have to say this has been a lonely, long drive. I just have memories going through my head. I want to make sure everybody knows that I am grateful for what my dad did for me. Whether I learned from stuff that I didn't like or stuff that I did like about him. Either way, I am the person I am today because of him. Turns out it's only about a 6-hour drive. That's how long since I've been there. Made it to Page, Arizona. Now I'm just gonna gas up and I'll be right back on the road. My brother's already in Blanding, waiting for me to get there. So we're gonna cook some steaks up for dinner tonight, so I'm just gonna get back on the road and get to Blanding as soon as possible. I've got 3 hours left. So my dad used to work for a company called Blue Mountain Meats. He used to deliver mutton all over northern Arizona and parts of New Mexico. When I was in middle school and part of high school, I would go with my dad on this route. My dad started out as a school teacher though. He taught special ed. I don't know how many years he taught it, but that's the main thing that he did. I just got back into Utah and I got about an hour till Blanding. I understand why my dad really liked living here. This area is so beautiful. This is Blanding. It sits right below the Blue Mountains. It's a tiny little town. I don't even know the population. It's been a while since I've been here. My first stop is gonna be Clark's Market. I used to work there as a bag boy. That was over 20 years ago. It'll be interesting going in there and seeing what's changed, or if the layout's exactly the same. That's where I'd come to drill. That hasn't changed. Looks like they're still open for business. It's the 4th of July, so they're selling fireworks. All right, I'm gonna run in and get some steaks. So it does look like they've remodeled the place, but I used to have to stock all the milk right there. Holy cow. So they remodeled the whole store. That's the first time I've been in there for about 20 years. Didn't recognize anybody, and nobody recognized me, but it all looked the same. That was weird. That's the hardware store. Oh, the theater, it's so tiny. This is the only stoplight in all of town. Oh, there's a bowling center too. I forgot about that. Bradford Tires, I remember that. Sister used to work at that steakhouse. I used to go and help her wash dishes every evening. Maverick, that's definitely new. This is the best burger place ever. It's changed hands so many times, but I'm definitely getting a burger there before I leave. We'll see if it's as good as I remember. The general store, I remember that. A Verizon dealer here, that's new. Utah Food Bank, that's new. I'm definitely gonna have to come back through town, but I gotta do it tomorrow. I used to ride my bike along this road to go home. One of my houses was about 12 miles out of town. So this is Recapture Reservoir here on the left. I've done a lot of fishing there. There's a lot of northern pike in there. It's just gorgeous here. I miss it. Holy cow. All right, so there's a campground up here, Devil Canyon National Forest Campground, I think is what it's called. I have arrived where I'm going to camp. So I thought I was thinking ahead. I'm like, I'm gonna get a drill so I don't have to hand crank all of these jacks to level the trailer. But I didn't charge the battery. I hope it's got enough because I do not want to crank all of these down. So we're gonna see if this works. If it can get me at least down that far on all of them, I will be happy because that takes a lot of work. Well, I almost lost my rooftop tent. I don't know if you can see. So these are the corner latches. They're supposed to be holding it down, and it's shifted left. I gotta figure out how to keep this thing from moving. I think I need a pair of pliers, and I don't have one. So I'm going to worry about that tomorrow, maybe tonight. We'll see if one of my brothers have a pair of pliers we can borrow, but we gotta get set up to eat. This is my brother Jake. He came to get a steak.
Yeah. I'm just here for the steak.
We are fried.
How's it going? All right, so this is my Uncle John, my dad's brother. I haven't seen him. How long has it been since I've seen you?
It's been a solid 22 years or so. Yeah.
So this is like a family reunion. The Hatchers haven't had one in a long time, right?
Nope, not a real one. Not for 22 years.
I'm meeting a lot of people that I haven't seen in a long time. Steaks are almost done. I think that's what really brought him here, is he heard that there were steaks. So he decided to come get one.
Maybe he smelled them.
We found our way through the woods to get here like a pigeon finds its way home.
All right, look at the crust on this steak.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Okay, so you can never trust the weather apps. They said no rain, and now we got rain coming in. So I hurried up and set up my tent. Don't know if you can see that, but it's all set up. My brother Hiram's over there getting his truck set up. You can't see him because it's dark, but we're gonna get rained on. I don't know who's gonna be better off, me and my rooftop tent or him and his truck. Let's go check out his setup. Hey, Pop. Hey, Pop. I hope your seals are all working on that camper so you're gonna get rained on. That's not a bad setup.
Nope. I got my machete and my axe is under there. Got my pool stick and my bronc halter.
No guns?
Well, those are behind my front seat.
A lot of good that'll do you. We got a thunderstorm like crazy coming in. Let me turn these lights off, see if we can get some view of this. I hope you can hear that. Ooh, that was a good one. Oh man. Well, so far the storm's moving around us, but it's late. It's 11 o'clock. I gotta get to bed because the funeral's tomorrow. See you in the morning. All right, it's 7:30. We're gonna cook some breakfast, get ready for the funeral. Hiram likes coffee. I don't have a burner for coffee, so that's how he's cooking it. I hope it gets hot enough for you, dude. We're just gonna be making some cheesy eggs, bacon, and do you like onions in your eggs?
I love onions in my eggs.
Okay, I have to have them sauteed before they go in the eggs. So we'll do that first. Come here, pup. See, they're not that bad. There you are.
Thank you.
Somebody likes bacon. It's all gone. How is it?
It's delicious.
Time to eat. All right, that'll do it for breakfast. We're gonna head into the funeral. I'll see you afterwards. All right, we wrapped up the funeral. Now my brother Jake, who's right there, Hiram, and my sister-in-law Tessa, we're gonna go explore Blanding. visit some of the old places we grew up. Jake's like the know-it-all for all the times and exactly when we lived where. So that's why I brought him along, no other reason. When you're standing next to him, you just poke him and say, "Who's that?" And he'll tell you. The first house we're gonna see is when we lived here first. I'm gonna try and go in order. All these are Airbnbs now, huh?
Yep.
Okay, when did we live here?
Summer 98 or 99 to 2001.
So, when we used to live here, there used to be a pond right there. That's gone. There used to be some big trees and lilac bushes. The house looks almost exactly the same, had a different color roof on it. I don't even remember what the upstairs rooms look like. I wish we could go inside. Maybe we should just rent it sometime.
Yeah, we'll have to rent it sometime and do it, absolutely.
Supposedly it's an Airbnb right now. We had 11 people living here. My dad had his beehives kept back in that corner. That's where I got stung 7 times when lifting a beehive off. And we had, the pond would come around the edge of the property right here. We had a corral and barn and horses and cows and everything and chickens all back there. My dad had a bunch of goats here too. One of my dad's favorite animals was goats. Oh, look at that tiny little thing. So maybe we can go peek in the windows. We're gonna peek in and somebody's gonna be looking back out at us. Nope. Wow.
Hasn't changed too much though.
Nope. That's awesome. Hiram's the youngest. So he doesn't remember this place.
No.
And Tessa definitely doesn't know this place.
Never been.
I remember Dad shot a coyote. It was right out there trying to kill his chickens. So he shot it from right there. I lived here 7th and 8th grade of middle school. We're gonna go check out the middle school and high school right now. San Juan High School. I was a good kid. I'd beat up all the bullies. I never started a fight in my life, but I sure finished a lot. This is where I'd always park though. Me and my buddies would park right there.
Yep.
The first truck I ever bought was an Isuzu pickup truck. I paid my brother 50 bucks for it. The speakers all of a sudden stopped working. I immediately went into tearing down the stereo, tearing apart the speakers. Finally, the auto class teacher was like, "Did you check the fuse?" And it was the fuse the whole time. And he's like, "From now on, make sure you start with the simple stuff." And that has stuck with me forever. I did a class up in there. They used to do book binding up in there. I did jewelry and wood class. I never took welding. Maybe I took 1 year of welding. I can't remember. It was been so long ago. I blew up dry ice bombs right here. Don't worry, it was for a science project. We had permission. Here's where I got my driver's license. Went to driver's ed here. It's also where I got my hunting license. Then I went to 2 years of middle school right here. We're gonna head out to Mustang Mesa. That's where all the fun really happened.
Yeah.
But we gotta stop and get our dad's favorite drink first. So this is my dad's favorite drink. One of my dad's favorite drinks. I can't say it's a very popular drink. We gotta go drink them at Mustang Mesa. So this house right here, these guys were our closest neighbor. They've been here forever. This is where I saw my first mountain lion. Ran across the road right here. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was driving with my dad to go, I think I was going with him to go on his delivery route. Oh, I can see it from here. No trespassing, bummer. The house isn't that big. It's a double wide trailer, that's all it is. Those were our water storage tanks and fruit trees. My dad kept them alive pretty well. Looks like it's pretty clean. All right, so Jake says there's an Indian ruin right here close. One of my dad's favorite things was to go find Indian ruins as he's hiking. He loved hiking, so we're gonna go see this Indian ruin, if it's still here or if he's even telling the truth.
Oh, I'm telling the truth.
So I'm enjoying my squirt. I wore my perfect hiking shoes. My dad would be ashamed. My hey dudes.
He'd be ashamed too, I'm in shorts.
We'll let Jake lead the way. Doesn't look like much anymore, but you can still see pottery.
Yep.
See, we're gonna see some real cool ones tomorrow. Ooh, look at that. That's got some pretty cool designs on it. My dad loved this stuff.
Pretty big chunk right there.
Oh, there's another one.
Yep. This whole ground just covered in it.
Yeah, it's all over the
You
place.
see the way it's sloped right here?
Yeah.
Rounded? That's because these are all buildings.
The more Jake knows, the merrier. Well, cheers, everybody, for Dad.
Bottoms up.
We're gonna head back into town. We'll go find Indian ruins tomorrow. So when you're driving gravel road, it's a habit to ride in the middle of the road, and that's exactly what my brother was doing. and this other car coming up the hill. The car came around that corner in the middle of the road. My brother swerved off to the right-hand side of the road to miss the car right here, overcorrected and almost hit the bank right here, and then launched us off of this cliff. We rolled down that cliff 105 feet. So I was the only one that was in decent enough shape. My brother was in shambles. He's crying about how my dad's gonna kill him. My sister ended up biting through her lip, breaking her back. She's bleeding all over the place. I don't think anything happened to Brian. I think he was all right.
Concussion.
I had to run down to the highway right there, flag down a car and get them to come up the road, and then they flagged down another car because we didn't have cell service back then. They called 911, and that was about it. But it was a fun ride, and I know I'm laughing about this, but it's been so long. Everybody turned out okay. We just got back from dinner. Got to hang out with my brothers and sisters who I haven't hung out with in a long time, so it was a sad and good day today. But we're gonna get up early and we're gonna go on a hike to some Indian ruins that my dad used to go to all the time and take you along for the hike. So see you tomorrow. So Hiram and I slept in pretty late this morning. He's still in bed, typical younger brother thing. But now we're running late, so we gotta hurry and make some breakfast, and we're going on that hike. Devil's Heart, I think is what it's called. It's only 8 o'clock. We had an hour to be over there and he hasn't even started making his coffee. I get it, little brothers have got to sleep in a little. Yes, that's a lot of butter on there, because I like butter.
Perfect.
There you are.
Thank you so much.
All right, I'm done eating. Hiram's still eating, but I found out what was wrong with my tent. You can see that little neck right there? I don't have enough washer space between there. Oop, I just dropped all those ones. What happened is the mat squished down and allowed it to come loose. We're gonna put a bunch of washers in there and tighten it on up. You know, I never plugged in my batteries. Got here, knew it had a dead battery, never plugged it in. Never even opened this case. Hopefully this battery's got enough to finish it. It does not. Hand tools it is. Hiram, you wanna grab my tools?
Just had to back it out a little bit first.
I think I just stripped it. Yep. That one's stripped. I'm also gonna take care of this battery issue once and for all. No more dead batteries. This little jackery is pretty sweet. We gotta get cleaned up so we can head out. All right, we're all loaded up, heading into town. Gonna meet up with the rest of my siblings. Hiram has never seen all of our siblings together in his entire life. So this is crazy. Hiram's 20 or 21 years old. Maybe my dad's death brought us all closer together, which is good. It's been awesome seeing everybody, talking to everybody. Last night, everybody sat around and talked. You know, when family gets together, telling old stories about everybody. But we stayed up till about midnight. Very therapeutic, I guess. But now we're gonna go on a hike together. I hope everybody's there.
Take it down,
All right, this is pretty cool. You can already see the Indian ruins from the road. This isn't a very long hike, but look at that. So basically we gotta hike down the canyon, through a crack to the other side. Ooh. Not that it's anything crazy. This is a pretty cool canyon. Oh, we might have to cross a little stream. This is a pretty cool little area. Just a little stream.
This has been much deeper in the past, and I have fallen in this.
We're gonna go see if there's a bear in that cave. You wanna go with?
Yeah. Go pet the bear.
All right, let's go see if there's a bear in the cave.
Okay, guys, can make
Where's the bear? Oh, it's the river, huh? All right, let's go back up so we can go see the Indian ruins.
Okay.
No bears, but a pretty cool cave. All right, check this out. Ruins like this are all over Blanding. The Canyon Lands is what they call it. This is one of the bigger ones, but unfortunately, it's been knocked down pretty bad. What are those called, Jake?
Kivas.
Kivas. That's why I bring my know-it-all brother with me. So the rest of the family's already heading back. But we're gonna check this out now that it's quiet. It's cool, you can see their fingerprints. Their fingerprints right there, and my fingers dwarf theirs. You can see where they shoved the mud in there. Another cave over there used to have ruins in it. You can see the remnants of them. They've fallen out because that one's more of an angle. There's another cave right over there that has ruins in it. Come around this corner, hopefully without falling off the edge, because that's a pretty far drop, but I'm gonna take a look. You can see right over there. What'd you call that one, Jake?
A granary.
A granary. Is that where they keep their grain?
Yeah.
That's a pretty far drop, probably 40 feet. We're gonna be careful.
We'll try.
Ooh.
With this baby pack on, glad there's no baby in it.
Yeah, his baby's back with his wife. We're a little bit more responsible than that. But not much. But this is stuff that our dad loved to come see. He loved to come find these. All the pottery in Arrowhead are gone. And these people have taken them. That's unfortunate. They've ruined a lot of this. But you can see, it used to go all the way up to the ceiling. It would have been amazing to see this back when it was fully built. They built a lot of these on solid land too. That's most likely where they lived. That was the area that we went to yesterday. If you come to places like this, don't graffiti them. Don't sit on them. Don't push them over. Be respectful. You can see that's all rock that has been knocked off of it. Hopefully they're around for many more generations to come and enjoy. We're gonna go to the patio and get some lunch. I haven't eaten there since I was in high school, and it was by far my favorite place to eat. I love small town burger joints, and this is one of the best. All right, this is the patio drive-in. They haven't changed their sign in like 20 years. Homemade onion rings. All right, I have to say that burger was a letdown. The onion rings, great, homemade. But the burgers used to be way better than that. It's about 5 o'clock at night, and we're gonna go ahead and eat some pizza with the family. Then we're gonna go out and do some fishing. Sun goes down about 9 o'clock, so we wanna be on the lake well before then. I gotta go load up some kayaks from the campsite and then go meet my family for dinner. All right, let's get these kayaks loaded up and all the fishing poles. All right, we just finished up with dinner. Now it's time to do some fishing. We're going to a place called Recapture Reservoir. This is the last place that I went fishing with my dad. The fish of choice is northern pike. They got some teeth on them, so I'm hoping they don't cut the line. Usually you put a thicker line on the end of the line to make it so when they bite, they don't chop through the line. But we'll see if we get lucky and catch some fish. Should be awesome. My dad wasn't a real fisher. He didn't fish a lot. But all of my best memories were fishing with him. All right, it's time to go do some fishing. So it's been since I was a kid that I've seen this lake this full. These last few winters have really filled up all of Utah's reservoirs. This is awesome. Last time I was here, it was way low. That wasn't even an island. I think we need to teach Jake how to cast that thing. Jake's got the bait caster. I can't stand it because I'm no good at it. I haven't taken the time to practice to learn how to use it, but I'm gonna get catching some fish. Jake's got a fish. I'm gonna go check it out. All right, just a little guy. One down, 50 to go.
50 to go. Yeah.
49. All right, it's getting late. My mic battery's dying, so it's time to head in. And Jake caught the only fish, but that's all right. All right, the master chef for fish is gonna cook us some fish. He loves salmon is what he tells us, and he lived in Alaska for a while when he's in active duty Air Force, so he should be good. I don't have any fish seasoning. Usually you put lemon on them and lots of it. Fish are starting to look really good.
Who wants to try some fish?
That's my first time trying pike, and I like it.
It is really good.
I think I like salmon a lot better. Good morning. It's about 6 o'clock. Slept in an hour. I gotta tear down this tent. It's 4th of July, and I told the girlfriend I'd watch fireworks with her, so I gotta hurry home. Okay, the truck's all loaded up. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. This has been quite the adventure. I've experienced a lot of emotions this trip. From being sad for the loss of my dad, to happy to see all my siblings again, going and seeing all the old houses I used to live in, and visiting places my dad would visit. It's been one of the funnest trips I've been on so far. Driving through Blanding reminds me of how it's just an all-American small town. As they set up for the 4th of July parade, it's just awesome to see. Hurricane's not bad. I love living in Hurricane. It's my favorite place in the world to live. But Blanding will always hold a special place in my heart. I've learned a lot this trip. What I need to be better at, and one of those things is I need to be better at contacting loved ones. Staying in touch. I wish I would have contacted my dad a little bit more. Wish I would have talked to him a little bit more. I love him and he'll be missed. This is definitely one of the roads less traveled. Look at that gorgeous view.